the women's to identify and fulfill the needs of women bowlers. By Travelodge Hotels, first with families, relax with Travelodge. And by PWBA.com, the official site for news and information about the Professional Women's Bowling Association. Look at the scoreboard. Brenda Norman in the lead by 4. Thanks to those 3 strikes in a row, Kim Terrell chopped a spare in the 6th frame. Cathy Dorin-Lizzi's been clean.
I was watching Cathy sitting while we were away on break, and while she's sitting, she's closing her eyes, taking it within herself. She's definitely bowling tonight within herself.
And that's what she told us she did last night. She just kept saying, stay within yourself, talking to herself. And another washout for Cathy, this time on lane 34. Brenda Norman working on 3 strikes. After those 2 open frames and 1 frame adjustment, she sure has lined it up.
Very aggressive shot here. It seems to be that an extra ball speed is important right now to keep it in line and to keep it from not hooking.
Very important. Now, Kim, had Brenda not worked on her ball speed, those would be hitting the nose if she were playing the same place.
Her ball speed was more comparable to Kim Terrell's at this point. Kim's is much slower than the other 2.
Great spare by Cathy Dorin-Lizzi, and an important one at this point in the match to keep herself in the game. Kim Terrell working on 1 strike, trails by 20 pins. Max scores possible. Dorin-Lizzi 212, Norman 236, and Terrell 216. That's what that plus or minus is based on. High game 279, low game 159 this week for Kim Terrell. Coming up light 10-pin rocking, but fortunate that the 2 pins out. It could have been a 210. See Cathy making little adjustments. See, she steps up and then she's making little adjustments with her feet.
Much better shot there, but it just hooked up too soon. That lane is changing. Earlier it was going a little, the ball was going a little too far to the right. Now everyone's trying to adjust for that, and that's the result.
Kim Terrell changing balls to shoot at her 10-pin. Covers it with no problem. 51 bowlers this week. 204 to cash, 205 average to make match play. Once again, bowling on the WIBC ABC Sport Bowling condition. And we'll give you little tidbits about sport bowling throughout this telecast so we can educate everyone. We've been trying to do that. Kim Adler, you're laughing. I think you have a comment on sport bowling.
I've only made 2 shows on this. I'm still struggling with it, but I'm learning. Good shot there. Brenda's been learning as well, and she's learning and becoming more and more focused. She's got a great shot.
It appears that speed was definitely the key for her. Kim Terrell, also a mental focus. One of the things she worked on with Dr. Dean Hinnitz.
Yes. It's her new sports psychologist at home, and she also has a new coach in Rod Ross for her physical game. He's a gold certified USA bowling coach in California, and so she's taken these 2 people to work on her game, and it's really helped her this year.
One of the things she's been talking about, or one of the statements, is that the sports psychologist gave her, which is boosting her confidence, is that there's room for more than 1 person to be excellent. So she told us last night, she sat there going, I will be excellent, I will be excellent.
She wants to leave this pair knowing that she made good shots, she made the right decisions, and she'll be happy with that.
Brenda Norman definitely in control here. Look at that, 5 strikes in a row. Cathy Dorin-Lizzi with that open frame in the 9th. Pretty much taking herself out of it, as well as Kim Terrell. Brenda Norman very focused right now, also closing her eyes, not wanting to look at what's going on.
And you have her boyfriend Tim Mack in the back there chewing his fingernails off, so I think he's the one being nervous for the 2 of them.
Well, trouble for Cathy Dorin-Lizzi, but as she said to us last night, she sees this as a turning point for her, and I believe it is. We saw a certain maturity in her last night in how she handled the problems during the last round of match play, and I think we'll see a lot more of Cathy. Another big shot for Brenda Norman. So Brenda Norman will advance, but first when we come back, we'll give you the technical side of sport bowling.